Hey, it's Jared. In this video, we're taking a look at the Vankyo Vista T4 Ultra Short Throw Projector. Now, I've looked at a few projectors in this form factor, and there are a few unique things that stick out to me about this projector that make it probably the best option for the price point that I've seen right now here in 2024. So this is a short throw projector, which means you mount it right below your projector screen. You don't have to mount it to the ceiling way back in the room like the bulb projectors of the past. The ultra short throw projector is beneficial because it can mount right on your stand in front of your wall, and all of your peripherals, video game consoles, streaming devices, or whatever you're going to connect to it through its HDMI ports can be right next to it or below it on a shelf. No need to run wires really long distances or point your remote behind you anymore. These are things that I used to have to do when I had a more traditional style or older style projector mounted behind me on the ceiling. So let's talk about some of the specs with this projector. First of all, it's 4K resolution native, which means there's no upsampling or anything that's going on there to make the image larger. It's actual native 4K. And that's important because a lot of other projectors are not native 4K, and there's upsampling that's taking place. That's not taking place in this projector. It also features a 0.223 to 1 throw ratio. I don't fully understand what that means, but what I do know is that that gets you up to 150 inches in size, which means that you're going to get a nice sharp image on a screen size all the way up to 150 inches, which is larger than a lot of other projectors around this size and in this class. Now, immediately the first time that I powered this up, I noticed just how bright it was. I've had other projectors like this and other short throw projectors, and this has 2100 lumens, which is extremely bright. That's important because if you're watching movies that have darker darks, then it's easier to see those, especially from alternate viewing angles or from across the room, if your projector is brighter. Now, the great thing about ultra short throw projectors is that because that light doesn't have to travel all the way across the room, the brightness is going to be a lot better. You can actually watch TV and movies, pretty much anything, in daylight conditions with this projector, which is something that you can't do with a traditional projector. And that's a key benefit of the ultra short throw style projector. Now, this projector is powered by Texas Instruments XPR technology, which means it is very fast to respond to things that are moving quickly. It's often with projectors that the refresh rate just isn't that good. Think about the time you were at the restaurant where they had a projector on the screen playing sports and it just was not as sharp as what you expected. Or perhaps you've had a projector in the past and the reason you end up going back to a TV, very large TV, is because you want that high refresh rate. You're gonna get that with this projector. So video games are a ton of fun and great on this projector, as well as live sports and concerts. The projector also supports HDR10+. A lot more HDR content is coming out every day, it seems like. It's not something that I have a lot of in my library, but it's nice to know that this projector supports that. So when viewing HDR content, I'm going to get the best results possible. Now, included in the box is a 4K streaming stick that you can plug into the back of this device and access pretty much any of the different apps or services that are out there. But with all of the HDMI ports on the back, which I'll show you just in a second, you can connect up to 3 devices easily and switch between those with the included remote. Now, built into the front of the device is a 60-watt Dolby speaker. Now, for me, in a small room, that would be sufficient. In a smaller room, the 60-watt definitely going to feel really good, sound really good, and it's going to feel very much like having a really nice sound bar in front of your screen.
Anyway, listen up now, because we're never dropping out.
Now, if you are in a larger room, you're definitely going to want to take advantage of the digital output in the back so that you can connect external speakers and have an audio experience that more matches the visual experience that you're getting out of this projector. So let's take a look at the device. We've got our power button right here, which really simple. Press the power button, it powers up. You also can power it up using the included remote. The included remote has several buttons on it for navigating the menu, as well as adjusting things like volume, and we'll talk a little bit about the setup process as well. Looking at the back, so let me just quickly tilt this up, you can see that we have 3 HDMI ports, one of them supporting ARC, which means when you have a device that supports ARC, you can actually power the projector on and off, which is absolutely fantastic. Think of your Apple TV type devices. When you turn off the Apple TV, it will turn off the projector. You have USB 2.0 here, which means you can plug in a USB stick or some sort of storage into the back of the device and access videos, pictures, music, and all of that stuff that you have on the back. We have an audio output and AV output. We have our digital audio output, which I talked about a little bit earlier. We have Ethernet so that we can connect this directly to the internet. And then of course the power cable right here. So setting up the Vista T4 was really easy. I simply placed the device down, plugged everything in, and powered it up. I made some minor adjustments to the feet just to level everything out, and then utilized the system menu to adjust the keystones to the edges of my projector screen. Now you do that using the remote, and when tapping to the left or to the right to move those keystone positions, I recommend that you tap individual taps, because if you end up holding down thinking I've got to move it a little bit ways, you hold it down, it actually gets stuck moving and will just keep going until you press the back button in order to stop that. It's probably a feature just to save you from having to tap 100 times on your remote, but sometimes it can feel like it got stuck and just run it off the edge. So if you're close to the edge, just be tapping so that you can get the keystone adjustments just to the very edge of your projector screen. Because I already had my cables where they needed to be, it only took me 5 minutes to hook up this projector, adjust those keystones to my projector screen, and we were ready to start watching movies. My kids immediately noticed something different without even paying attention to the projector, because the room was already dark and we were getting ready to watch a movie. They noticed that the screen was so much brighter, and that's because of the 2100 lumen output that this has. When we're watching movies that tend to have darker scenes, we could see more that's going on than in some of the other projectors that I've had in the past. Now there's a lot of options when it comes to ultra short throw projectors out there, but I've experienced 5 different projectors out there so far, and I have to say this projector outperforms all of those in brightness, the refresh rate, and the ease of use with the menu. So my experiences so far after having used this projector for over a month, I have to say I'm pretty impressed with it. If you want to check out the current price, I've got a link down in the description below. You can use that to get more information about the projector as well as that pricing. If you have any questions I didn't answer in this video, I'll do my best to answer those down in the comment section below. If you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you back in another one soon. Take care.